All right. It was going on Freedom Earth. All right. So I was in my meditation and stuff, and I've gotten to this understanding that you need to grow your identity. Like Ed Milet was saying, I'm really accepting this idea of you needing to grow your identity. Why is this important? Because a lot of our millionaires are slaves, um, in like I say, in entertainment, because they did not grow their identity. And by the time they grow their identity, they already gave somebody their life, their soul, right? And what we need to understand is when you grow your identity, like Ed Milet said, I cannot be bought. And a lot of people are, and I know, wow, that's deep. He said that. He said that too. I cannot be bought. And the reason why he said I cannot be bought is because he grew his identity. So nobody could sit here and buy him out because he has such integrity in his company that he has such integrity in his company that he would not sell out just for some coins, because he knows when you grow your identity, you could join any niche, put the work in, and make some money. He is not phased by a dollar sign. Now, of course, he's about his money, but when you don't grow your identity, people can buy you. You'll sell out for anything because when the pressure comes, your identity is not changed. And actually, as I think about this, what I understand now is that money money gives you the personal freedom to do more with your life. And yeah, that's good. Money gives you the personal freedom to do more with your life. But money doesn't give you the personal freedom to become more with your life. And write that one down. Money gives you the personal freedom to do more with your life. Money does not give you the personal freedom to become more in your life. Now, you can become more, but you don't have to, because you could have just became a millionaire. And the reason why that's not forever, because you don't have the millionaire identity and habits. And for the next couple of months, when I'm gonna focus on becoming more, so I accept a certain lifestyle, etc., etc. Because if you and you know what's crazy, my spirit's been telling me for some time now, and it finally clicks on why I need to change my identity. Because when you change your identity, you cannot be. When I say you cannot be bought, being bought by low vibration, bought by anything, any low vibration, anything that's less than. When you change your identity, you don't accept less than. Let me say that again. When you change your identity, you don't accept less than who you are. When you on any level, to the point where some people will see you as arrogant, because when you because like I said earlier, money gives you the personal freedom to do more. Money doesn't give you the personal freedom to become more, because if you don't become more, it's a problem. Because why is that important? Because um, if you don't become more, your money will eventually match your bank account. It may be a slow process, but it'll happen eventually because of the law of rhythm and the law of cause and effect. Now, you have to grow your personhood. And sometimes money, the physical money, does grow your personhood, especially if you've been doing it for a large amount of time. Like one of my friends, been working since she was 14 years old, right? Independent, from around 14 to 16 years old, doing her own thing, right? So, as an adult now, like I've been telling her, it's so instilled in you to go get for yourself that and do for yourself that you won't do anything else. You've been doing it for so long that anything less is retarded. Anything less is stupid. And yeah, so her identity is not linked with a have a job mentality. So for instance, one of the reasons why people fail in entrepreneurship because their identity has not changed. So what that means is you're gonna get a job and you're gonna become an entrepreneur, but you still identify with your job mentality. And it's not just mindset, I mean identity. Who you are has not grown with becoming an entrepreneur. Because a job identity and a entrepreneur identity and a business identity and an investor identity is three different people. Like if you look at the quadrant chart, the cash flow chart by Robert T. Kiyosaki, those are four identities. There's the employee identity. There's the self-employed identity. There's the business identity, and there's the investor identity. Those are all different types of people. Those are not just different money situations. Those are different types of identity. Like I'm in the self-employed identity. So you feel like you have to do everything yourself. You feel like you have to do everything yourself. Everything's on you. And when you get to an identity where you have to change, where you have to let people, where you have to hire people, um, um, that you have to grow into that type of person. It's not even about the money. You have to grow into a person who manages other people, who pays other people, um, who promotes other people, etc., etc. So, in the cash flow quadrant, those are four different identities, and you have to know. Like for instance, I said I will not date and I will not marry, especially date on a serious level. I would not date on a serious level the identity of somebody who has an employee, who's an employee. I only date self-employed enough. Why? Because I've seen the conflict, and that shit is frustrating. And it's not no bias. I've seen the difference. It is not harmonious because when you have somebody who identifies, the mindsets can be very different, especially if they're not understanding of each other. If one world does not understand the next, I need somebody who is an entrepreneur, so we're not beefing all the time about what's what, who's who, boopity boop boop boop, because we both got busy lives. We both signed up for this shit. You feel me? When your identities are matched with being self-employed, you're not sitting here arguing about you're not home and blah, 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 because you're gonna sit here and be like, you're gonna have my schedule. You're like, yo, you gotta schedule yourself in. You feel me? Because I'm busy. That's what you signed up for. When you're not an entrepreneur, you don't understand that. You just think about it's the weekend, so I'm free. So you need to spend time with me. Well, I'm off, so you need to spend time with me. I said, I'm not off. I'm working. While you off? While you off today, or you off at 8 o'clock? I just started work at 8 o'clock. So a lot of people don't grow their identity until they get some money, not before they get the money. They don't know who they are on a spiritual, deep, mental, emotional level before they get the money. So that's why you have so many black slaves, because they don't know who they are outside of the physical circumstance. So when you don't know who you are outside of the physical circumstance, it can control you. Whoever's giving you that income, because we still live in white supremacy. So the fact that people are giving you your income, no matter how you get it, you're gonna be controlled. So, like I said, if you don't change your identity, you will always be a slave to the outside circumstance. Money is a physical outside circumstance. Money is not an internal circumstance. You did not come here with money. You came here with your character. You did not. Let me say that again. You did not come here with money. You did not come here with these physical things. You came here with your heart, your mind, your spirit. And if you deep in the spirit, you already came here knowing what to do. You didn't need a Bible. You didn't need a religion. You didn't need a mama in the sense of saying, telling you what to do. Now she's supposed to guide you from danger of this world, but your parents, if they're not spiritually in tune, they're gonna guide you in the sense of in the way of their ego, not in the sense of the spirit. I only met one parent, and it makes me tear up sometimes, that who said, "Yo, I have to guide my child in the sense of the spirit, because I don't want to get in the way of what God has for him because of my ego." And that was the only time I ever heard it. Her name is Jamila. I was at Starbucks, and I think, I was at my parents' house. That was the only time I've ever heard that. It was one time. You need to not. That's when your identity is different. When you're so in tune with the spirit that you know they already came knowing. You know that they already came knowing what to do. They don't need you, because they will get to a certain age where everything you're doing for them, everything that you're doing for them, they're gonna do themselves. Let me say it again. What most parents don't really realize is every child is gonna get to the point where everything you're doing for them, they do for themselves. And depending on how you program their mind, especially nowadays, depending on how you program their mind, that will get earlier and earlier. A child could be self-sufficient at 12 years old because he knows how to build an online platform. He knows how to sell e-commerce. He knows how to build his own brand, sell his own shirts, whatever. 9, 10, 11 years old, depending on how you program their mind. No, you don't have to wait till, I see it all the time. You don't have to wait till 19 years old to be self-sufficient in this time and day. And most parents are not really understanding that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're black. So, like I said, grow your identity. Because a lot of parents, what I say is, a lot of parents are horrible adults. So they don't really know what the fuck they doing when it comes to being a parent. They playing this guessing game and shit, like they did with their life. They was guessing and shit. When reason why I'm gonna be a way better parent than what mine were, because I'm not guessing about my life. I am very soon. No, fuck that. Right now, I'm gonna start download a massive amount of YouTube videos, learning about different areas of life, because I can now. I have YouTube University until I get books. Right now, I'm listening to "Your Faith Is Your Fortune" by Neville Goddard, and I'm gonna listen to the areas that I'm weak at in my life. Because I YouTube University, I don't need to wait for a book. And because I'm gonna be very intentional and deliberate how I grow my identity. So I don't become somebody who's doing shit by mistake, by accident. Most adults are living their life on accident. They trying to say, I don't know, I'm trying to figure it out. Bloop, 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 bloop. So when they have a kid, it's the same bullshit, the same dumb shit. They're trying to say, oh, I don't know how to be a parent. That's fucking bullshit. There's mad fucking books about it. There's mad fucking seminars about it. You ain't read one, and you gotta spend 18 years with a motherfucker? What the fuck you mean? But that's just me. If I gotta make an 18-year commitment to a motherfucker, and I'm not reading not a motherfucking book, you fucking bugging. Who has time for that? But that's the same thing with marriage. You trying to spend a 30, 40-year commitment to a motherfucker you never read a book? Ooh, you bugging. You never went to a seminar or a class to learn something? Especially if you all you saw was dysfunction your whole life. And that's what happened when you're not. That's another thing, when you're not honest about your environment. I came from dysfunction. I came from abuse. And now it wasn't the harshest, but as I grew up and as an adult, that's one of the things you have to really realize. Yo, was my environment toxic or positive? If it was toxic, you need to understand that. Because if you don't take time to consider that, you'll pass it down to your children unconsciously. Because no, unconsciously, subconsciously, because sometimes unconsciously, because that's all you know. Because children don't do as they say; they do as they do. So, because what you do is how you influence people. Real talk. So, if you don't change your identity, because most adults aren't doing that, or they change their identity, all they do is like I said in the beginning of the video, money gives you the personal freedom to change what you do, not change who you are. Now, money gives you the freedom to change who you are, but most people don't want to do that. Now, I'm finally understanding that now. You have to get when you get that's why I say, if you're gonna get a bag, intentionally become who you need to become to go to that next level. Very intentionally. And usually, from what everybody was saying, it's usually the things that make you uncomfortable. It's usually the things that, yeah, that make you uncomfortable. If you're not uncomfortable, I'm truly accepting this ideal. If you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing. Like for instance, that's what I woke up this morning with the ideal of, I got momentum in my sales right now. I need to grow as a person, so this doesn't change. This doesn't stop. I know what to do in the family season. I know what to do, etc. I need to grow as a person. And I'm learning that you need to switch from personal development to identity development, where it's not just something that a person and identity is the same word. But when you say personal development, that's what it really is. Identity shifting. Because a lot of people read books, and because you don't take action, you don't change your identity. You know what I'm saying? You don't go apply it. So it doesn't. The opportunity doesn't come for you to change your identity. You know what I'm saying? And like for instance, I'm gonna start watching videos on pickup again, like on dating again, because and I remember my father used to mock me for that to some extent, and I understand his weakness now because he never changed his identity. So I feel again, if I'm gonna go be dating, if I'm gonna invest money, if I'm gonna get up, make a commitment, invest money, go outside, go talk to people, possibly have sex with somebody, go to their house. I need to know how to win. If I'm gonna make that commitment of probably spending thousands of dollars, because I've spent thousands of dollars on friendship. Let me say that again. I've spent thousands of dollars on friendship. It ain't any different in a relationship. And that's why I gotta be more selective with my heart, because my heart is huge. So again, I've spent thousands of dollars on friendship. You telling me, like I just said, you gonna go get your ass up, go date somebody, have sex with somebody, try to impress somebody, and you ain't trying to figure out how to win? You bugging. You gonna make that commitment? You not gonna nah. You bugging. You bugging. Now, because sales and business is very similar to dating, that's where you're getting your feet wet. But it's still different. It's a big difference because you're not being romantic with your business partner or your prospects. But outside of that, like I said, grow your identity. I'm not gonna be ashamed of that about reading books about dating, sex, because I don't know. A and B, that's the problem with most people. They arrogant and they be acting like they know and shit, and they fucking don't. That's why most women aren't pleasured. Most marriages fail. You don't fucking know. Stop acting like you fucking know. You heard? Stop acting like you can't. You can't humble yourself. I'm not using that word. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say that for this second, for this word. You, you better get up and humble yourself and stop acting like you know shit and go learn some shit. Shit. Stop acting like you knowing shit. You heard? So, like I said, you feel me? Like I said, uh, you really need to get on the perspective of understanding. You know what I'm saying? A true understanding. Go read. Go learn. Go grow. Because if you don't grow your identity, your circumstances, no matter what the case, it even includes money or not, your money will close in proximity towards your identity, because your identity will always match who the two. Ooh, that's so deep. Your opportunity will always match your identity. And what's crazy is that your that's so goddamn deep. Wow. Your opportunity will always match your identity. And because the universe is about vibration, the universe will find out in the 3D, your physical, if you was pump faking. And what that means is, was you meditating and that like this is momentum right here. Was you meditating? Was you was you meditating? Was you fasting for a certain period of time for a certain reason, and then you stop just to get a certain physical for you doing it uh, um, for certain money, for a certain goal, and then that's it, to stop? Or was you getting it for the mastery? And I think sometimes that's what you need to do for the bigger picture. What's the bigger picture of what you're doing it for? You feel what I'm saying? And if you don't understand that, you'll just stop at the physical exchange of money. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm finally understanding that, you heard? Um, like I said, the takeaways I'm gonna take away from this video is that your identity will always match your opportunity, and the universe will show you in the 3D, in the physical, if you pump fake it through you growing, through you taking action, etc., etc. And because the universe, like Wayne Dyer would say, it always says yes. So because it always says yes, it will give you what you desire. Um, Money gives you the opportunity to change who you are, but it doesn't give you it doesn't you because you don't have to. It doesn't always give you the opportunity, or you don't always have to take the opportunity of becoming more. So, yeah, change your identity, become more, actually become more.